Welcome back, Lee here. So in the first video, I just went over the frets with a bit of iron wool just to smooth them off, and it's feeling really good now, so I'm pleased with that. The next step is to replace these tuners and get some of these new ones put on there. Remember on the first video, these are quite good in the fact that 3 of them are actually a lower pin. So hopefully the break angle of the string means it should hold tune. It won't jump out of the nut very easily. But we'll see how that goes. So first of all, I'm going to undo them all. A 10mm spanner. I'm in the UK, so obviously we use a lot of metric over here. I don't know what that is in imperial. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and start undoing all these. So there we have it. That was pretty painless. Everything looks good. These are just the one hole, one pin. These ones are a slightly different pin, I notice. So it looks like I might have to make some modifications, and I definitely have to drill new holes. But that's okay. I mean, let's open these up and take a look, see what we have. Okay, so immediately I can tell, get a closer look at this, this is a lot stronger. There's the locking mechanism. A lot higher quality, well worth spending a bit of money on these, because cheap guitars, the biggest failure I find is they go out of tune way too easily, and that's usually attributed to the machine head. This is a lot better quality. It's strong, it's tight. Yeah, these are really good. I'm pleased with these. So what we do, let's flip this back over. Let's take a look. I wonder if they'll fit right in. Excellent. So there shouldn't be any issues with that. The hole is perfect. Just flip it back again. Let's take a look. Yeah, so what I'll have to do is I'll have to line these up. And I'll just put a small guide hole there before I screw that in. So that should be absolutely fine. We can carry on and do that, and we'll see how we get on. Right, so it appears the one with the green dots are the shorter ones. I should probably read the manual, but you know how it is. You just want to get on and do things. So I wonder if we can see that there. Can you see that? It is slightly shorter. Perfect. So what that means is these would go in here. And then we just put these in here. And we just screw those on the back. Okay, so these actually screw on really easily. Everything fits nicely, which is a relief. What I actually had to do, so the first ever guitar I did up was a Squier Stratocaster. It was a Japanese one, but the holes for the machine heads were actually much smaller, so I actually had to drill a bigger hole into each of them. On this one, as we can see, everything fits straight away, which is really nice and helpful. So the best thing I can do is get these roughly finger tight, and then I'll be able to straighten them up, flip it over, and what I'll do is I'll put a little guide hole a small marker where I need to drill a guide hole for the screws to hold these on. Yeah, so these are all pretty good. I'm pleased with these. What I need to do now is try and line them all up. I'm trying to think of a good way to line these up. I'm sure something will come to mind, or I can just go by eye. Excellent. So they all look square. What I need is I just need a point just so I can mark into those. So what I've got here is just a pin I'm going to use just to mark the gap. Okay, everything looks good. So I'll go down these one at a time and just make a little guide mark for when I drill into it. Right, so what I did in the end is I did find a drill bit, because really you do need to drill guide holes. I didn't want the wood to split and the screws were feeling quite stiff to turn. So I have put a very short guide hole there, and that should be plenty. So let's put this last one on and then we'll line it all up and we'll screw it together. Excellent. So they're in nicely. Everything is pretty lined up well. Let's just nip these up. Excellent, so there we have it. The tuners are on. They're all nice and solid. They're all nice and straight. They're ready for the strings. But we've still got a few more things to do. So that's the first job done.